Well, I'm just so pleased for our players, our staff, for just all the work that they put in to see it come to the kind of results today is just so pleasing as a coach to watch our players play at such a high level, for them to execute a great game plan. That's what we do. I mean, that's you talk about success. It doesn't have to have a quantitative bowl game or championship. It has to do with days like today where you see it all come together. You see your guys excited, happy, fulfilled, and just an exciting day to watch our football team have so much enjoyment by execution through an outstanding game plan. So fun day for everybody associated with Notre Dame. Certainly probably not so on the other side, but we have a great deal of respect for Navy. It was our day today. Open it up to questions.
Start with Austin.
Brian, when Ian and Chase kind of get rolling like that early, do you call plays specifically, hey, let's get Chase the ball more often and stuff like that?
Well, I mean, Chase is an important part of our offense, so he's going to get the football. He probably got it a couple of times when the ball needed to go somewhere else today, actually, and that didn't happen very often. I think Ian was 14 for 20, but he's an integral part. He got the game ball. He is a guy that is difficult to defend because he can catch a drive route and score a touchdown. He can catch a ball on the sideline. He can catch a vertical route in the seam, a fade. He's virtually a guy that has all of the weapons, so why wouldn't you throw him the football in those situations?
Were you salivating at the mouth when a linebacker lined up on Chase on that second drive?
There were some, obviously, within our plan, we felt like we had a really good plan against them, and there were going to be some matchups that we thought were advantageous.
And then last one for me, defensively, four forced turnovers, especially those first two on drives when Navy kind of had the ball moving. How just key were those? Yeah,
anytime you get Navy to turn the football over, they're going to be huge for you, but we were active, we were fast, we were physical. They haven't played a team quite like that all year, and it's difficult. We talk so much about our inability to map the speed of the triple option. Well, they can't map the speed of our defense, and so it worked well for us today that we played fast and physical.
On the far right.
Brian, one more on Chase. He has a knack for having big games in November. Is there anything about the end of the season where he seems to be clicking more and having more success, and maybe the quarterbacks trust him more?
No, I think last year was a maturation process for him in terms of him and Ian, being on the same page. This has just been, Ian coming into his own and Ian playing at such a high level that the ball's going where it should be going. And so I don't think that there's anything more to November other than last year, I think, Chase was finding himself as a receiver, and this year, Ian is playing at a high level right now, 10 touchdown passes in the last 2 weeks.
Another great throw for Ian was the throw to Braden Lindsey. How much does that do for Braden's confidence, but also Ian to have the confidence to throw deep and trust him?
Yeah, I mean, he can throw the ball deep, so we can take that one off the list of many. It's a beautiful throw. He's capable of making all the throws, and, good to have some speed back there. Lindsey being, able to, give us that stretch vertically. It was a beautiful throw, and, nice to see those plays hit. We kind of missed some of those earlier in the season, and good to see those come together.
Javon was out today in a boot. What's his status moving forward?
Yeah, I think he's coming along. I mean, he has a mid-sprain mid-sprain of the foot, and mid-foot sprain, I knew I was going to get it right. Thank you. My medical work is not up to snuff. He's made good progress. We want to keep the boot on him because we want to run him on Monday and start to get him back in the action.
Practice this week or before?
No, it happened in the game against Duke.
Thank you.
Right in front.
Okay. Troy really showed some great closing speed, saving the touchdown on Perry. Where does he rank among the fastest guys on the team? And is speed, what else do you see as some of the best parts of his game?
Oh, speed's number one. Number two, I think, Troy, he's a player that is in coverage. I think there have been times this year that we wanted him to find the ball a little bit more, but he's on-bodied. He's got great makeup speed. He's going to be in position most of the time. I think there were some balls that, he tried. Look, there were some plays at Georgia where they were back shouldering him a little bit, and he got into this, mindset that he was going to play behind the throws a little bit too much. And it got him in a position where he wasn't finding the ball. He's back to finding the ball. He played at a high level today. There was the one time where he slipped on a wheel route, but played sound football for us. He's very good speed. He's probably the fastest guy. To answer your question, I'm sorry. He's up there probably with, I think Lindsey himself. Those are the two fastest guys.
Brian, anyone that saw Malcolm Perry leading up to this game could understand your concern about defending him. Is there a better way to defend him than to win the point of attack and win the line of scrimmage with your defensive line?
Yeah, that's one. That's not going to get it done specifically because, as you saw, they ran speed option to get out on the perimeter. They ran him, I think in the first two series, they tried to get him outside with much more quarterback lead, quarterback speed. They knew we were in zero. It was, tactically, we had to get off some blocks and get over the top. The Mike linebacker was really good in doing so. The Will linebacker was really good. Asmar played very well. Both backers were really good in getting off blocks. But at the end of the day, yeah, you've got to win at the point of attack, and you've got to defeat some blocks to get to him as well.
Ian Book at the end of Virginia Tech, Ian Book last week at Duke, Ian Book today. Is this now the quarterback that you expected or knew that you could that you would see after some bobbles along the way?
I knew what we had. I knew what he was going to give us. If it's Major League Baseball, he had a little slump, I knew what he was capable of. We maintained confidence in him. The only thing I ever said to him is don't lose confidence in yourself. Stay confident in yourself. He works so hard. He does all the right things. It was just a matter of, there was too much noise, and he had to find a mechanism as the quarterback at Notre Dame to eliminate all the noise that comes with it. And he's found it, and he's in a great spot, and he's going to continue to progress.
George?
Coach, back on the defense, Moala, basically a hometown kid.
Yeah, he
in
was
high
awesome
school,
today.
comes up with that, they're calling it a fumble, but the taking from the pitch and scoring. What does that say for him and his future here?
Oh, he's a really good football player. We got to find a place to get him on the field, because Owusu's a really good player too. Paul's smart. He's savvy. He's athletic. The play he made on the halfback pass was even better. I know the ball went into his hands and he scored a touchdown, and that's kind of, highlight. But the play he made, on the reverse pass was as good as it gets. He's a really good player. He's trusted. He's going to play a lot of football for us, and it's great that he's a local player too.
Different teams hit their strides at different times. Why do you think yours is hitting yours right now?
They've found out how to be present. They've found out how to avoid listening to all of the expectations and the noise and just play football. And they play fast, they play free. I could tell in pregame that Navy was in trouble. They really were. And that's just the maturation of a group of guys that needed to figure out how to go from preparation phase to playing phase. And they learned that at Michigan. They learned that it's not just about preparation. You can work as hard as you want, but you have to flip the switch. And they didn't at Michigan, and they learned how to do that in that game, that you have to flip the switch. And since that time, they've learned how to do it, and they're going to be tough to beat down the stretch.
Something you suspected they had to learn? Obviously, you don't want to learn it that way, but I don't know how, as you get a read on this team,
Yeah.
you felt like this is a hurdle we still have to get over.
Yeah, they carried a lot with them. They care so much. I mean, they listen to everything. They care too much at times. And now they've gone to, you know what, whatever they say, you know, we really just need to focus on us, playing the game the right way, and that's served them well.
Brian, you kind of did this over the last 2.5 games. You guys appear to be playing your best football right now. Wherever the rest of the season takes you, how dangerous do you think this team can be?
It's a good football team. It's a good team playing without 4 really good players, really good players. Teams that lose 4 players like that, 2 of them captains, usually crumble in November. They're playing at a higher level, and we're going to get, a few of those guys back next year, which is even better, because it's making the other guys that are stepping up better football players. Liam Eichenberg is playing like lights out right now. I mean, that's only making him a better player for next year. So, the residual is going to help us down the road, but they're in the present. These guys just, all they care about, all they talked about is, guys, we got 3 more games together. And doesn't matter who we play, it's just how we play for the next 3 games.
Coach, did you know Chase Claypool had 10 touchdowns in a game in 8th grade?
It wouldn't surprise me, because I no disrespect to the level of football that he played, but the level of football he played maybe one that when I watched film, we needed to go up there and watch him play basketball too. And then I watched the basketball, and that didn't do much for me either.
Thanks.
John in the back.
Brian, did you sense the Virginia Tech, when you guys engineered that winning drive, that it could be a galvanizing moment? And then what have you learned about your team, and specifically the leadership and the culture within the past 2 weeks, the way it's built on that?
Well, the culture was already built. It was a matter of, gaining some confidence within, certainly with the quarterback. It was both drives, and him feeling as though no matter what slings and arrows are out there, that he can do this job as the quarterback at Notre Dame regardless. And, you just have to develop a thick skin, and he has. And now he can go play football and be the quarterback that he wants to be. And that was a big moment for him. As a football team, I think they learned an incredible lesson that the Michigan game taught them, and they just needed to get through the Virginia Tech game. But I saw it coming, in their preparation leading into Virginia Tech. We carried a lot of that with us into the Tech game. So once we got out of it and we're on the other side of it, it was, let's just go play and play fast and free, and they have.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks.